Hello there, this is Omo Kenobi and welcome back to another Moa Super Guide covering all the Halo games. The fastest route this week is in ODST and the mission Data Hive. You'll find the first one behind the elevator at the beginning of the mission. For the second one, just head through the door and you'll find it. Find the final one shortly after this.
Too busy building fancy spit house.
If traitor escape, it's their fault, not ours. Hey!
On Coastal Highway, you'll find all three Moas at the very beginning of the level. And with that out of the way, we're moving on to Halo 3. The first one on the Covenant is located at the very beginning of the level, on top of a waterfall. For the second one, head to the first tower. Once you're inside, head right and you'll find it. You'll find the final one on Rally Point Bravo, right outside the second tower. On Cortana, you'll find them all on Rally Point Alpha. You'll find the first one outside the window in this corridor. And the second one at the end of this room. And for the final one, you'll find it on top of a pedestal in this section. And now for the final level of Halo 3, Halo. Load up Rally Point Bravo. On the way out of the control room, you'll find it on your right. The second one is located right after this one, on top of the ice slope. The final one on this level is a little bit tricky. You'll find it on the first circular platform in the Warthog section. Make sure to take the exact same path I'm taking or the platform might shift, hiding the Moa. If this happens, you might still be able to see the head of the Moa, but better play it safe. Next game, Halo 2. Do keep in mind that for Halo 2 and Halo CE you can only find the Moas in classic graphics. And we're starting off with everyone's favorite Halo 2 mission, Greymind. You'll find your first one in the prison cell on the middle level. You'll find a second one right before crossing your first anti-gravity bridge. You'll find a third one right before crossing the final bridge. Next mission, Uprising, where you'll find the first one in the first room you enter at the beginning of the mission. You'll find the final one shortly after dropping down this very recognizable room. You'll find the third one in the Ghost section towards the end of the level. There are only 2 Moas on High Charity this week. You'll find the first one shortly after encountering the drones. Find the second one in this room with rocks. There are 2 rooms just like this, but you'll find it in the first one. Next mission, the Great Journey. You'll find your first one right after you meet up with the Hunters and the Elites. The bridge where you'll find the second Moa should be very recognizable. You'll find the final one in the area with the Scarab. And with that, we're moving on to Halo Combat Evolved and everyone's favorite Halo 1 mission, the Library. You'll find the first one right before you take the first elevator. You'll find the second one on the second floor in this area. You'll find the final one right before the mission ends. The first Moa on 2 Betrayals is located at the very beginning of the mission.
Phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power
Right after crossing your first outdoor bridge, you'll get to this room where you'll find the second Moa. You'll find a final one towards the end of the mission in the area where you have to pick up the Banshee to get to the final generator. Next mission.
Keys.
Where you'll find the first Moa right behind you as soon as you spawn. You'll find a second one right after dropping down into the pool of Kool-Aid. You'll find the final one in a hangar a little bit later in the mission. And with that out of the way, we're heading on to Halo 4 and the mission Composer. You'll find the first one at the beginning of the mission in the area where you have to turn on the shield to prevent the phantoms from dropping in. The second one is on Rally Point Bravo. Make your way to the open area with the mantises, and you'll find it to the left of your objective marker. You'll find a third one a little bit later in the mission, right before the room where you first encounter the Covenant boarding parties. And now we're moving on to Midnight. Start from Rally Point Bravo and head into the first portal. You'll find it right behind you. You'll find a final two Moas on Rally Point Charlie. Make your way to the area with the Didact and you'll find a second one right below you. You'll find a final one in the area to your right. And with that, we're moving on to Halo Reach. First mission, New Alexandria. Make your way to the hospital and you'll find the first one on the right before you enter the building. You'll find a second one downstairs right above the jammer. The final one is located right outside the elevator in Zenobia Tower. Moving on to the next mission, the package. You'll find the first one in the house right in front of where you spawn. You'll find the next one between the two anti-air turrets you have to take out. The final one of this mission is located on Rally Point Bravo. You'll find it below the staircase inside of Starbase itself. Moving on to the Pillar of Autumn. The first one is located at the very beginning of the level, right next to the house where you pick up the rocket launcher. You'll find a second one in the area where the two scarabs drop down. The final one of this mission is located on Rally Point Bravo.
Proceed to dry dock, platform D. I'll be on it myself to receive the package.
As per usual, there are only two Moas on Lone Wolf and they're very easy to find. And now for the final mission of ODST, Mombasa Streets, where you'll find 3 Moas this week. To find the first one, load up Rally Point Data Hive. You'll find the first one right next to where you spawn. To find the second one, just follow the path I'm taking.
I see a bad guy.
You'll find a final Moa of this week on the rally point called Remote Detonator. And with that, we once again covered all the Moas for all the Halo games this week. I want to thank you so much for watching and subscribe for more Halo videos, and I'll see you in the next one.